began using the X-39, and the first improvement we saw, which was the most needed improvement, was his sleep. He started sleeping through the night. This from a child who would wake 12 to 18 times a night. And if he's awake, who else is awake? And it just was really taking a huge toll on my body as well. So that's why, I started the patches with him, and my sleep improved within a couple days. I was like, wow, can this even be possible? Because being sleep deprived for, it was a good 4 to 6 years at least, really like huge sleep deprivation. You kind of, it was hard to, just say, well, I'm going to go to sleep now and think, well, it's going to be a normal sleep. And I'm 60 years old. I'll be 61, and I am too old for this. And so I'm so thankful. So the sleep was the very first thing that happened for him. But then we started, he was having a normal phone conversation with our daughter who lives out of state. And she's like, Mom, he said hello. He asked me, how are you doing? And we're like, oh, by this time he's been verbal. So he is verbal now. But his sentences aren't complete. Well, now we're seeing really complete sentences, relevant contributions to the conversation. I mean, it's mind blowing. And then we had a stranger come into our home. Usually he'll hide. He's not very social. And that still is our main issue, wanting him to be more social. But the stranger came into our home and he was engaging with her. And we're like, we're just looking at each other. She has no clue. And, we were just ecstatic that he's engaging with this stranger. And then we went to a neighbor's house. And so here's, if you want to show the pictures of some coloring that he did. So I have a before picture that shows what he would do. Charlie Brown, that was his coloring. And you know what? We were okay with that. But on the right, the dog. So I'm visiting with my neighbor in her home, and we just placed these, markers and crayons and, things in front of him. And he went and colored this dog. We were blown away. I mean, we have never seen him color like that. And I know it might seem trivial, but we were just blown away that this is happening. And that was, so we started in October. That coloring happened in December. All of these things happened by December. So now fast forward to today, and we have a horse. It's very therapeutic for him. And we go out there 2 times a day. He now has an unofficial job that he's learning to do many tasks. And, at first it was like, okay, having to show step by step, this is how we do it. Well, let me tell you now, he goes in there, he knows what to do. We're talking cleaning stalls, moving horses, cleaning buckets, giving them hay, grooming. He is just really an amazing miracle. We are so, it's all glory to God. And so thankful that Jody, our friendship, just culminated because Jody and I saw each other like once a month, most of the time throughout those years. And so she's been able to see, our journey where we were at and, and now where we are.
I know. Oh my gosh. It just makes me tear up every time I look at that picture and I show it to people. I mean, that picture just shows the difference in the cognition going on in his brain, and just amazing. A couple people asked which patches. I think you started with X-39 and Eon.
Yes. And then I added carnosine for a while. And actually now I've just cut back to the X-39. But we did all three, the X-39 and carnosine, I would say for about 6 months. So, just recently I felt like, and to be honest with you, in the summertime, he's like sweating, we're outside, not liking the feel of them on his body. But he does ask for his X-39 every morning. He knows where they are. He brings it over. I peel it, put it on the back, on the spine bump. and
you did start him with 12 hours on, 12 hours off, correct?
Yes.
Yes, because he's 23. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much,